Hello, and welcome to another of Marty's tutorials. My name is Martin Kelliher, and I am a Microsoft MVP, and today I will be hosting this tutorial on the text-to-column feature in Excel 2013. So what have I done is I've created a small spreadsheet of my favorite hockey team, the Chicago Blackhawks, the winner of the 2015 Stanley Cup. So here I've got a list of their names, and let's say, for the sake of argument, that I want to sort the list of players. And so what I can simply do is select the names, of course. In my home ribbon, which is open, I can kind of slide over and choose the sort and filter, and I can choose sort ascending. And so what happens is it sorts my list. However, it sorted it by first name. Andrew Shaw A, Brent Seabrook B, Corey Crawford C, Duncan Keith D. As you can see, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to sort by the last name. So let me hit the Edit Undo button, and we're going to go ahead and sort this by last name. How are we going to do that? Well, we need to split the last names away from the first names. How can I do that? Well, Excel has a really cool feature called text-to-columns, and it's able to split a single column into multiple columns, and that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and select our range again. We are going to choose the Data tab, and then we are going to choose on the Data ribbon, there's an option for text to columns. If you look at the tooltip that it pops up, it tells you splits a single column of text into multiple columns. So we're going to go ahead and choose that, and it opens up a nice wizard. Okay, and this converts the text to column in 3 steps. So step 1 of 3 is how can we best describe the way the data is separated. So right now I've got the first name and the last name. Well, it's giving me 2 choices, a fixed with or delimited. Well, fixed with is not really going to work. Notice that Patrick's got 7 letters in his first name, Jonathan Tays has got 9, Corey Crawford's got 5, Duncan Keith's got 6, Scott Darling's got 5. It's not a fixed with, so it has to be delimited. So I'm going to choose delimited, and I'm going to go ahead and choose the next button. So here are some of my delimiters: a tab, a semicolon, a comma, a space, or other. And right now in my data preview, it's still looking the way it is. It's not really the way I want it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and unclick the tab button. I could choose any delimiter I want. For example, let's say all my names are separated by a hyphen. Okay, if I choose the other button and put a hyphen in there, then it'll split everything between the 2 hyphens. Of course, we're not using a hyphen, so let's go ahead and delete that. What is the delimiter that we're going to use? Well, the one thing in common here is that every first and last name is separated by a space. So our delimiter will be a space. Simple. Okay? Notice immediately when I choose space, the data preview shows me 2 columns with my name split up. That's exactly what I want. Let me hit next. The last thing you need to tell it is, okay, where are we going to put the first column of the split names? So we have to tell it. I like to choose the range by clicking on this range finder. I'm going to choose the range A3 to A15. Okay. I'm going to come back and click my rangefinder again. It's going to go ahead and put that into the destination box, and notice it puts an equal symbol. You can get to the point where you don't have to drag the mouse. You can just type in this formula. Also, you have some formatting options here. The date options give you quite a few options in the drop-down list, but we really are just concerned with names, so we're going to leave it at general, and we're going to hit finish. Bingo. So now all my last names are split from my first names, and they are all moved about. So last piece of the puzzle, I still want to sort my list. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to go ahead and choose the range of last names, and then I'm going to go back up to my home ribbon, or home tab, excuse me, and my home ribbon, and on my home ribbon I have a button for sort and filter, and I'm going to choose the ascending. Oh, what's happening here? I get a little warning. Microsoft Excel is pretty smart, and it recognizes that there is some data next to the data that I've chosen. So this is the column I've chosen, but Microsoft Excel thinks that this data right here probably goes with this data. So what do you want to do? Well, I want to expand my selection. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this radio button here for expanding my selection. And I'm going to go ahead and hit sort. Bingo. My list of the Lord Stanley Cup recipients is complete. Notice right now that I have my first names and last names exactly where I want them, and the last names are sorted and the first names came with them. So that's Text2Column in Excel 2013. I want to thank you for visiting Marty's tutorials. I'd like to encourage you to check out some of our other tutorials, and again, we thank you for visiting us.